The Two Angelicas is a pretty fun and slightly creepy Rugrats episode. This is the second segment of the fifth episode of the first season of the Rugrats Reboot. And in this one, Angelica has got a new Just Like Me doll, which is an almost life size doll that looks identical to her. And I think the great thing about the reboot is that they can do this now convincingly, whereas if they tried to do this in the 90s, it might not have worked as well. But certainly nowadays, there is the technology and also the demand in some cases to create these kind of custom made, really high tech dolls. And the only thing that doesn't make sense is that Drew tells her that she can't return it because they used a clipping from her hair, very creepily, and also recordings of her voice. And that doesn't make a lot of sense because the doll then starts to say things that Angelica didn't say and doesn't want it to say. So, how did they manage to get the doll to say things Angelica doesn't want it to say? It's not completely impossible that they would use technology to create the other words using a similar voice to Angelica's, but that would seem completely pointless. If you're going to get somebody to record their voice, why would you then use additional phrases? So that was a bit of an oversight. But that aside, it's really good fun. The babies interact with Angie, as she's called. And she's basically Angelica, but nice. And Angelica has an opportunity to pretend to be nice. But things don't necessarily go according to anybody's plans. But it's really good fun, very well animated. The Just Like Me doll is absolutely terrifying. Such a creepy concept. But honestly, something I would have loved as a child. Absolutely would have adored it. And I think everything played out really well with Angie. She was a very likable, if creepy character. And it's kind of a look at what things could have been like if Angelica was a different character and if she was actually a nice individual. I thought it was a fun episode. We had some nice involvement from the adults. Didi had some role to play. The babies were really enjoying playing in the sand pit or the sandbox with Angie. And ultimately, I think everything worked out really well. Some nice messages, well animated. Slight problem with how the doll managed to voice these things if Angelica had provided her voice but didn't provide those recordings. But as I said, it's not impossible that they would use technology to find a voice or make the voice like Angelica's, but it seems like an unnecessary step. But either way, really good episode. The Two Angelicas is certainly tremendous fun.